Yo, thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Motherfucker running water loud as hell, boy. Checking in with folks. Today we talking about Amber Liger and her tearful whatever she said she was going through on the motherfucking witness stand. Her bullshit she was going through, right? I thought that was very funny. We talking about her pulling out that white girl magic, which is some tears, versus black girl magic, the justice of Judge Tammy Kemp. That's what black girl magic is. It's justice seeking. It's finding the justice in something. And white girl magic is the tears to cover up some lie or to hide some bullshit that they're trying to cover up. And do it with a straight face. But she didn't even really have no real tears. It was fake ass tears. But she did grab some napkins and shit. Wasn't no real tears though. So, we're talking about that today. I've been following this trial. Been on the case of this all week. And if you saw, they already put Amber Liger on the stand crying. And you know when your defense in the case is, your best defense is act like I'm remorseful and cry, or the act like I'm a remorseful cry. The white girl magic, those tears, that's what they are. Somebody on my Twitter commented that, and follow me on my Twitter at PStillDGAF. That's PSTILLDGAF. I'll follow you back if you got real content on your channel and it ain't a bunch of, or on your channel, on your forum, or whatever, your timeline, whatever, and you ain't on bullshit or whatever. If you got real content, real conversations in your profile, I'm just selective about certain things. But yeah, if during the first week of your damn case, it says it's gonna last 2 weeks. If the first week of your case, your client on the stand playing the white girl magic remorse card, that thing better be airtight. Because your remorse got to be backed up with the facts at the motherfucking scene. You hear what I'm saying? There goes the white girl magic right there, that bullfuck. Your remorse got to be backed up with what's real at the scene. If it ain't, then uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bitch. So we're going to look at a few things. Let me run to the chat. See what over here. Okay, nobody in the chat yet. Let me make sure the chat came through, because I posted a different kind of link in the chat. Let me see if it came through right this time. Let me just... There I go. Okay, so we straight. We good. We goody in the hoodie. So, I want to touch on a few things from this case, just to, kind of lay out what is really going on. And as you know, what we've been saying in new black media, and not just new black media, just in all the media I've seen, Amber Geiger's story got holes in that shit to show that she was not remorseful when she killed Botham John, before, during, and after the whole event. And we talked about her banging on the door, yelling, cussing at the man, all that shit. That means you want to fight with somebody. But, oh man, the other details that have come up in this case that show she was not remorseful, shit is too glaring. So she might have to sit this remorseful thing down too, along with her little trail of lies she's been trying to proliferate and stand on as her case has been going on. She might want to sit that remorseful shit down too. We're going to get into that. Even white media addressed some things that I thought were spot on, though they still made effort to put taglines on the TV like mistake. Her mistake. She made a mistake. I told y'all I'm not feeling that. How they take her story of what is being said, of what she did, as being a mistake. and present it as a headline. That's her story, but they keep framing it mistake, mistake, mistake. You understand? Motherfucker, the headline should be killing. It should be her killing of Botham Jean. Killing is what she's charged of, not mistake making. You understand? There's no charge called mistake making in this bitch. It's called killing. I just want y'all to watch how white supremacist media make headlines that are excuses that these race soldiers and whoever the fuck else make, instead of highlighting the actual charge that's sitting on their back. You see, they stay getting in front of the people with their white supremacist take on the situation to sort of socially engineer what kind of outrage people are going to have, in this case, you know, after a case get out or whatever, after a case has, you know, been in the public, and after whatever verdict happened, whatever verdict come from it, they still kind of want to have a hand in manufacturing how the conversation going to go after that. Oh, well, it was a mistake. Yeah. We also know that they try to jump in front of the situation before cases make it to court, right? Right? They stay trying to taint a potential jury pool before it make it to court to sway the public or whatever. Just remember, these are the sneaky shit that lamestream media do. This is why y'all come to black media and try to get some real context on shit, because they ain't doing nothing but playing games, right? But on to the prosecution case this week. For those that's been paying attention to it, they made some good moves. I'm gonna say that about the prosecution. They did a pretty good job. They made some good moves and did an overall good job, in my opinion. First one note, at the top of the week, before the proceedings even started, the DA out in Dallas, Ted Cruz, his motherfucking ass got on the news the night before trying to explain why he decided to charge Geiger with murder. And we know that there's a gag order in place on this whole damn case. It's been a gag order for however many months. It's been a gag order on this shit, right? And what was going to happen, or what they tried to do, is Geiger's attorneys, they tried to tell the judge, pull the judge to the side, Judge Kemp, and it's like, yo, the DA, he went out there and he did an interview. We're going to have to declare a mistrial and try to delay it and try to play it and try to front, right? Trying to motion for that shit, right? And the judge is like, you know, she vented a little bit, but shit, she was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? We'll deal with the DA, I guess. That was kind of her stance. Like, man, you know, our DA, our elected DA, went out and did this shit. Okay, I'm watching his little scheming ass. All right, he was the one acting like he was the one that was going. This is just from my vantage. He was the one that was acting like he was going to change the Faith Johnson game and change her ways over. Nah, he falling in line with white supremacy a little bit with that kind of blindness to the boundary that the judge is setting in terms of her gag order. That's some old disrespect the nigger judge type shit. I'm watching that shit. Motherfuckers was praising Ted Cruz because he was the one that said, you know what, fuck these manslaughter charges on this Neanderthal murder. Let's put murder charges on this bitch. So people, he thought that motherfucker was just kind of like cool or whatever, but motherfuckers thought he was kind of cool or whatever, and people was kind of cool on him, like, he alright, he making moves, he might be cool, he might be alright, right? He might be cool, whatever. He's showing little wafflings, right? I'm just saying, just peep the scenario. And with the judge, Tammy Kemp, man, you know, the white supremacist media, I told y'all, out here, they try to frame her as being mean and hard and all of this shit. And I've watched her demeanor throughout this trial. She's no different than any other judge that ain't taking no shit in their courtroom is really what it is, man. What they want to say is that she's hard on white people. Because, you know, white people, they don't take court seriously. They be in there laughing, joking, horse playing, all kind of stupid shit. You know what I mean? I just want to say that. All kind of disrespectful in the courtroom is what they be bringing. So the fact that she ain't really having no games in her courtroom, that's an affront to whiteness, because whiteness is supposed to be able to horseplay and not be chastised by a Negro. But that's how it is. They always hate that kind of black person, mind you. I mean, since they were young little rhesus monkey Neander thugs, they always hate that kind of black person. All the way up to their adulthood, they hate that kind of black person. The black person that ain't out here horse playing with white people. And the motherfucker stone face, no games, no smiles, zero laughing, zero small talk, no friendly playing with their ass, all that shit. They don't like that out of black people. Because that's a black person who gonna call their ass out, who gonna keep their guard up against them, all that kind of shit. They don't like that. They like they Negroes giggling and playing around them so they can do what? Get comfortable. Ain't that what we say? So they can get comfortable, start dropping nigger jokes, all that type of shit. They're looking for those kinds of access ways around black people. They're looking for access to disrespect black people when they're around black people. Okay? So when there's a hard hand being put down to where, nah, it ain't gonna be no disrespect in my courtroom, a la Tammy Kemp, they've been in the past just trying to trash her for it. But we know what that is. We know the psychology behind that. We know it's you feeling like you can't do what you want to do, whitey. That's what it is. Just keep it real. Come on, stop playing. So that's just what it is. I like that kind of woman though. I like that kind of black woman when she around them rhesus monkey Neanderthals. That ain't no joke. It ain't no games. I like that kind of black woman. So she probably ain't trying to hear none of a little compromising that they trying to do with the case, any kind of foolery in the case or whatever. That's a good sign. That's a real good sign. What up, Vicky Matthews? Oh yeah, and laptop, when she said not to bring it. Good point. Yeah, somebody brought a laptop in that bitch and had music blasted on it, like music playing out the laptop. She was like, "Oh, are you a part of the are you a journalist? Who are you with a laptop in this bitch?" She ain't say that, but I'm saying she's like, "Yo, are you a journalist?" She asked him that, like, "Are you a journalist? Who are you with a laptop? Who are you?" You know what I mean? And the motherfucker was like, "No, I'm not a journalist." She was like, "All right, well, you got to take that outside." And as they was taking it outside, it blasted off again. Like, she's like, "All right, you see what I'm saying?" They trying to run little distraction plays off in her courtroom. They trying to make her courtroom into a playground for white supremacy, where they just gonna be in there laying and playing and goofing off. And she ain't playing. You see her stone face in that mud. She ain't playing. She not playing them type of games. Good point. You brought that up, Vicky Matthews. Good point that you saw to point out. You know what I mean? So she already caught wind of the fuckery, so she ain't playing. She ain't playing in that courtroom. And the jurors, they catching the pulse in that bitch too. The tone that she's setting, they catching that too. Like, okay, she ain't really playing with this goofy shit that these white folk in here trying to do. These little distractions, they little motions to mistrial. She ain't down for none of that. I like that about her. She's not playing no games. I like that. My kind of woman. But speaking of compromising, one of the jurors, we can go ahead and get into how this motherfucker shit happened. One of the jurors admitted to knowing David Armstrong. I don't want to say this was a compromising point, but it has a tinge of compromising to it. Just hear me out with it. One of the jurors admitted to knowing David Armstrong. He's the Texas Ranger that they had as the lead investigator at the start of this case. We'll get to him in a minute. But I dug up information on this lady. She knew him in a professional way. Like, she was like a secretary or something for this dude. Right? That's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just put that shit together. Out of all the jurors you pick, You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, that's some. They're just kind of suspicious. But anyway, Kemp decided not to throw her off the case and was like, all right, she talked to her about it. I was like, look, well, she was forthcoming about it and was like, look, I work for the guy, and that's pretty much that. But I don't. But what I'm gonna do in this case is not gonna be compromising that. It's not gonna be compromised because of that, right? She brought it to her like that, so the judge was like, all right. They talked about it basically, and she was like, man, yeah, it's cool, whatever. We'll ride with it or whatever. So she pulled her to the side, but then she put her back on the case. So I'm like, all right, okay. I'm watching those elements, still looking at these different elements, right? But with Dave Armstrong, I've talked about how Dave Armstrong been buck dancing for the Texas Rangers. He got on the stand too. But I've been talking about how he's just a hard head for the Texas Rangers. He set his black ass up on the stand. He set his black ass up on the stand, and people, were on to him. They were not feeling his antics up there. He was an early face up on the stand talking about Amber Geiger is not guilty of no crime. That shit rubbed people the wrong way, right off the jump. You understand? He's sitting up there talking about she wasn't guilty of no crime. And that's just high coonery right there. It's blatant, unobjective. I don't want to think about the facts in a case and the details in a case. I don't want to think about none of that shit. I just want to be team white supremacy type shit. That shit is blatant. That's what he on. And I'm like, motherfucker, you out your motherfucking mind. No crime? She's guilty of no crime, nigga? Like, come on, man. She killed a man in his home. A place she did not live at. So, she's at least guilty of that, God damn it. Motherfucker, breaking and entering and killing. Motherfucker, that's... You're at least guilty of breaking and entering, motherfucker. Let's just talk about the minimal. But damn, she killed a person. God damn it, boy. You dumb motherfucker, David Armstrong. You fucking coon. At the minimum, the law calls that manslaughter. We're talking about just bare minimum shit. And he's talking about she's guilty of no crime, zero crime. Really? You know what I mean? And the evidence in this case is so strong for murder, you know what I mean? Something like manslaughter, like we already know that's what's up. That's not what's happening. So he need to get his 10-gallon hat wearing ass, skull dipping ass, dip chewing ass off the motherfucking stand. Is what I'm saying. He's not to be trusted. He's not about no type of objectivity, no type of justice in this case, period. It's obvious. It's the same David Armstrong that few years ago, he killed a man drunk driving while he was driving drunk in a state-issued car, a patrol car. Killed a man going 70, 72, some shit like that, and a 40. Killed a man. He ain't get no charges. He ain't go to jail. Nothing. No case, no nothing. Sitting up talking about Amber Geiger didn't commit no crime. Well, of course, a motherfucker like you who got off for killing somebody and was told it wasn't no crime, of course you're going to think a bitch like her didn't commit no crime. Of course you're going to defend scum like her. You scum bucket, piece of shit, 10-gallon hat wearing, backwoods yokel drawl having ass piece of shit. Right? Crooked ass ranger. Right? Down syndrome looking ass nigga. I can't stand that nigga. If I see him, I would not dap his ass. If he wanted to fight, I'll fight his ass. I'm not your dad bod motherfucker out here on the YouTube street, man. It could be problems, man. I'll fight David Armstrong if he wanted to fight. I'll let him swing on me first, is what I'll say. So they don't say I'm bullying on YouTube. I'll let him swing on me first. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy shit, man. Like, for this motherfucker to just a knee jerk to say that that was not a crime when Amber Geiger ran up in the dude's house, killed him. Come on, man. So that just speaks to, I just want to say, it speaks to the workplace culture at the Texas Rangers. That's what it is. It speaks to the crooked ass Rangers that absolve crimes of cops, including murder. So people was not feeling his ass. You know, a lot of say so has been frothed up behind his testimony. And of course, the white supremacists tried to run bases with the shit he was talking. They tried to put that little blip in the media a little bit. Oh, no, guilty of no crime. But then it was like, nah. The Rangers been suspect from day one. And that's why the community had an uproar and got him off the case. Let's not parade this doofus motherfucker around too much. Like, you understand? Like, come on. He ain't to be trusted. Don't nobody trust his hand in justice. Like, come on. He already got a shitty name. There's been other suits and things that have been placed against him, and a lot of different complaints. And I've went in on him in particular in another update that I did about this case, talking about his record with people in the street. It's like, he ain't no saint. He ain't no motherfucker to believe about shit. No motherfucker to trust and confide in and think that he gonna be upright about shit. Man. Yo, what up? Cool stat. Say open the phone lines. The phone lines is open, bro. Phone lines open right now. It's 1-800-365-3175. Call me up, bro. Call me up, homie. Call me up, homie. Motherfucker, Unsunken one say, Ranger Tom. Hold up. We got some comments that's pretty interesting. The man Alan Lubin says, following from the UK, I'm of St. Lucian descent and have a brother in Houston, Texas. Got some info on that Texas Ranger from Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey. Yeah, I'm familiar with Cheryl Dorsey. I'm familiar with her. And, she might have some facts or figures she want to kick. I don't necessarily feel her position on a few things, but if she got some facts about this guy here, okay. What you want to call in, Alan Lubin, and let me know. Call in a little later in the cast. I want to get to a few quick things, and then we'll chop it up. We'll kick game and shit. But another thing I want to say that made it hard for Amber Geiger's case. I just want to look at all the points to where I'm saying, like, these are real points scored against Amber Geiger's defense. I want y'all to notice a few things. Y'all remember how she was lying, saying she didn't know what floor she was on, and she was all kind of distraught, all kind of despondent before she walked up on the man. She had this long day, or whatever, this lie she's been trying to socially engineer into people's brains. Like, we believe her, but we're not. Bitch talking about she was tired, right? The night she killed this man. Turns out she was sexting another officer at the time, right before she ran up to this man's house and shot him. This man that she had put complaints on and all this other. She put a complaint on the man just that morning before he died. She wanted beef. But she on the phone, sexting, goofing off, playing, sending pictures, all of this shit that you don't do when you dead dog tired. Fronting like you dog tired, bitch, but you on the phone with another police officer. The police officer's name was Martin Rivera. All right. This dude, another disgraced Dallas officer out here, if y'all want to put it together, a couple years ago, brother Brandon Washington, longer than a couple, it's been about almost a decade. A little over a decade, actually. 2007. 2007. He shot our brother Brandon Washington out here. You know what I mean? Out in the Grove. Unarmed. Talking about he wouldn't get his hands out of his pocket after coming out of a convenience store. That was his case. He didn't get his hands out of his pocket when he was coming out of a convenience store. And they tried to say that, we think he might have been trying to take a candy bar. I'm like, what? What? You understand? He didn't take his hands out of his pocket, so the dude shot him in the head and then shot him in the leg. This is this dude, Rivera, right? They didn't find no weapon on the boy Washington. Nothing was on him. Nothing. She's sitting up sexting this dude, planning to meet the dude later, like making later plans with this dude. And she deleted the sexting and all the little texts that they had. She deleted all her shit and he deleted all of his shit after the whole shit went down. They just went through delete. Now that's cover-up shit. Now we talking cover-up style, right? Now they doing dirt. Dirt upon dirt. You understand? I want y'all to understand the depth of which they're going to with this case. So it's not looking good. And they brought this up in the examination of Martin Rivera. Like, man, so you deleted this shit? He was talking about, oh, well, I just didn't want to have those memories and man, what? This is case material, you idiot. This is case material, idiot, and you erasing shit. Guilty. Guilty conscience. You in that bitch. You understand? Come on, man. Nobody's stupid out here. So you could tell motherfuckers in the courtroom, you could tell the way the shuffling in the courtroom sound. You know what I mean? You could tell motherfuckers is not listening to this motherfucker and believing this motherfucker. Like, you really up here lying like this? This is what you gonna do? This how you gonna play motherfuckers, man? You understand? That's the vibe going around this bitch, right? So I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's that goof shit. Unsucking one says tampering with evidence, plain and simple. You goddamn fucking right. Hell yeah. Man, how obvious is it? How plain sight is the shit? How obvious is it? It's clear. And what I think is cool, what I think is really, really cool is now that this motherfucker Rivera is back on the stand for this particular thing, they're going to use that and use his idiocy in this case. They're going to use that to try to reopen up the previous case on the brother Brandon Washington, which I think is great. What's this organization called? Mothers Against Police Brutality, I believe is the name. Out there in Dallas, I mean, they pushing that. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and demand for the reopening of this case. And I think that's a great move because it capitalizes off this motherfucker's shadiness as an individual, right? Like, they're putting that shit out front with this case with Amber Geiger and Botham Jean. I think that shit is perfect timing. Get his ass out of here, is my opinion. They're trying to get him fired or whatever. Get his ass out of here. You understand? And it was a black DA that actually let that dude off. Craig Watkins, the first black DA in the history of the state of Texas in 2007. The first black DA let that motherfucker off. So you knew he came in to play ball. Craig Watkins, he got all kind of shit going up against his whole practice. And now he's involved in all kind of misconduct. This and that's, he tied up in a lot of shit, right? But his first fucking term as a DA, he let white supremacist murderers off, sending shit to grand jury and shit. He came in to play white supremacist ball. He came in to play games. So, you know, now this trend of, nah, fuck a grand jury, take this shit to court, they've just recently passed some laws that kind of give a little more grease to taking cops to court instead of a grand jury. I want to reference a few of these. I'll pull up a few things, but jog my memory on the exact names of these policies that are in place now. We got some different laws out here that are now in place since this Brandon Washington issue. R.I.P. to our brother Brandon Washington. But these things that are going to be able to really press these police officers for doing dirt, killing black people. But yeah, they're going to try to open up that case again and get his ass out of here. That's great, in my opinion. And we land at the tears. I want to land on the white girl tears, because that was the main purpose of this video. You understand? We don't never let that white girl magic move us on my channel. If you're on my channel, we not letting white girl magic move us. Period. And this case is one case where I think we could potentially see the white girl magic go wrong. Shit. It was white girl magic with no water coming out. So that's, you know what I'm saying, jurors already like giving that look like, Pop said you want me to ask my bike back. Pop stripping, you want me to ask my bike back. That kind of look. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers that might be wanting their bike back on that shit you talking about, bitch. Fake ass tears, I don't know, motherfucker might. What you talking about Willis on that motherfucker, bitch? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bitch. What you talking about Willis? Faking ass hoe. You understand? I think this is one of those cases where that shit could potentially go wrong. Because Geiger, she got on the stand and admitted pretty coldly that she shot Botham Jean. It was no remorse or tears, no nothing. As she was describing how she held the gun, did all that shit. No tears was flowing in during the beginning part of her questioning, where they was humanizing her and all this shit. It wasn't no tears. It wasn't no she broken down just to be on the stand. Like, it wasn't none of that. She was like answering questions. Yeah, I did this. Yes, I was a part of this. I used to work here. I did. Then the tears started. Somebody say her cry was the ugliest cry ever. __ say her tear was the ugliest cry ever. Hell yeah. Her cry was the ugliest cry ever. Yes. Yes, indeed. That shit, and it just came out of nowhere, too. Like, the judge called the lawyers to the bench while she was questioning. She was getting questioned. She was straight-faced the whole time. Wasn't no tears. She was crying. And the judge was like, one of the lawyers brought up, asked her, was like, what was your mind state, or what is the physical state that you go through when you're about to enter a scene where shit about to go down or whatever type of shit, right? Asking her that shit. And one of the lawyers objected from the other side and was like, yo, I'm objecting on the immateriality of that. How is that material to the case? I'm objecting. And the judge, Kemp, she was like, all right, y'all come up to the bench. They came up to the bench, and while she's huddled talking to him, they saying whatever, they cut the audio out. And then she like dismissed them, everybody sat back down. Then they put the camera back on Geiger, and she's already like, oh, you guilty motherfucking bitch. You some guilty soul shit going on right here, bitch. We see that shit, bitch. You guilty as hell, bitch. There wasn't any shit going on, bitch. And you crying. Bitch. Bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I bet the jurors is like, the fuck is this bitch crying about? She was just stone-faced, answering questions like ain't shit. Like it ain't shit going on left or right or no direction or another about shit. She answering questions, right? It's all cool. All of a sudden, they flipped the camera. They been like, oh, what you getting worked up for? We ain't even asked you shit. Hold up. Told the dumb bitch, hold up. Though, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing? Fuck is you doing? Right? So I'm sure the jurors is looking at that. This is my point. Come on, like, yeah. So we seeing that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No remorse, no tears, no nothing. But all they're showing in the media, and I'm glad you brought that up, underscore with her ugly ass cry. All they're showing is her crying in the news and in the media. That crying was just a little portion of her time being on the stand, man. Really, some seconds. But the jurors, they didn't get to see that replaying of the shit over and over again. That's what I'm thinking. This is a good thing. The jurors, they're not seeing the news how we see it. They're not seeing the shit replay over and over again, her crying. Yeah. That's for the public to see and be like, oh, she feels this way, she's this way. That's to socially engineer the public to have a certain sway about the case. But the jurors, they just saw what I'm telling you what happened. Like, motherfucker, bitch was calm. They called the lawyers up there to talk. The bitch was calm for about 50 minutes. About 50, almost an hour into the testimony. I watched it. Called lawyers up. Bitch talk. Then they saw her out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So they like, this bitch guilty as hell. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Ain't nobody pressing you, bitch. You just crying for nothing, bitch. You guilty as hell. Ho. I mean, that's what I would be thinking as a juror. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that ain't nobody dumb out there in Dallas, man. Come on, man. Nobody stupid. Come on, man. Tyrone Simon said she got that old woman face. She 31 years old, man. You're right. That bitch look like she about shit. I don't even know. You know, 31 in white bitch years is 61. They got about that 30-year age differential going on with they shit. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's good that the jurors ain't get to see they're not seeing the tears and they're crying, replaying over and over like we are on the outside or whatever, or the people that didn't watch the shit. But one of my Twitter people was like, man, yeah, this bitch didn't have no tears and she just coldly admitted to killing a dude, right? That's what the jury gonna see. They gonna see that. They gonna see that. And notice that none of her pictures before this was she crying. From her jail photo, she wasn't crying in the jail photo. She wasn't crying in the body cam at the scene. They got the body cam. They put that out finally. So ain't nobody fooled. Nobody stupid. Go and drop this bitch into the fucking cell and leave it where it's at. Go and drop that murdering ass Neanderthal rhesus monkey bitch into a cell where she need to be. I'm just saying. And she broke down. Y'all saw her break down. She was talking about, as she was crying, she was like, I don't think I deserve to see my family. I think I should be locked away. Really laying it on thick. And motherfuckers are like, oh, really? As a juror, I would be like, oh, you think you should be locked away? Word, bitch. You made my whole day easy, bitch. I'm finna go get a goddamn icy cup, bitch. You made my day so easy. You just basically stepped in the way of my reasoning. I was gonna do that. I was gonna jurorize you as a bitch that need to go to the bin for the rest of your fucking life. You worthless bitch. But you admitting it to the court. She done really laid it on thick, y'all, is what I'm saying. Those tears, they went so far away from her benefiting. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. But she broke down. If any of y'all saw it, she really broke down. Bad. You know what I'm saying? Underscore will say how her wish will be granted. I know. I'll be like, bitch, for real? What? Bitch, that's exactly what I'm finna do. I'm glad. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad. Straight up. And ain't nobody believing this bitch. You know what I mean? She's supposed to be a police officer. And she basically tanked her whole case. First week, she tanked her whole fucking case. With all that, please lock me up. Yeah, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Come on, man. Come on. Motherfuckers, they playing with your life out here, bitch. They will put you in that jail, bitch, while you playing. Don't just lock me away. Yeah, we gonna get your ass. Oh, yes, I'm glad. in my Judge Joe Brown voice. Yes. You remember that case with Judge Joe Brown? And shout out to Judge Joe Brown. I follow Judge Joe Brown on Twitter, man. He be acting up. He be getting on motherfuckers. But he was talking about some bitch that was in the court waving her neck, rolling her neck and all this shit. Like he was like, yeah, you rolling your neck. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking when I hear this bitch talking this type of shit, right? This bitch need to go and get that work, go and get that sale work. When she sat down to do the whole testimony and shit, Judge Kemp was like, yeah, go ahead and make yourself comfortable. And the way she said it was like, oh, make yourself comfortable. Damn, that's like me trying to make myself comfortable into a cell. That's some shit motherfuckers say before they close the fucking jail cell door on you. Make yourself comfortable. Like, people don't say that when you are getting on the witness stand. Make yourself comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit is funny as hell, man. That shit funny as hell, man. Straight the fuck up. So, a lot has happened with her case in this shit, man. Yeah. Judge Joe, my man Unsunken One says Judge Joe Brown will clown a beach with the quickness. Don't he? Won't he? You know what I'm saying? But our whole case is falling apart, y'all. I just want y'all to understand that. That whole thing about her, she's a police. Talking about she not paying attention to no details. She not using her training. I want y'all to look at this shit. She didn't perform CPR at the scene. We all talked about that. We've all been on that. I brought that up more than once. And months ago, y'all, people were trolling me on Twitter, or YouTube rather, sitting up talking about, you're not supposed to do CPR if somebody gets shot. And a lot of people, of course, was like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Y'all obviously trolling. A lot of people called them out, called out their bullshit. But they got on me. You know, people try to single me out because I say the G shit that make motherfuckers be like, oh, I'm talking to a G motherfucker. I need to say something and be tough. Cool. You know what I'm saying? But they felt the need to say something to me. Motherfucker was like, because I was like, look, she didn't do CPR because she wanted the man to die. That was the point I was kicking. And the people was like, yeah, I got my share of likes on that. She wanted the dude to die so he don't tell his story about her breaking and entering and killing the dude, running up on him, killing the dude. She ain't want that to be said by Botham Jean. So motherfuckers started feeling a certain way. Well, yeah, that's when the trolls got mad. That's when they ass got mad, you know what I mean? They on some shit like, oh, that's truth. We don't want nobody to be out here soaking on what's true about this. We don't want to be having nobody out here soaking on Amber Geiger's true motives. So y'all gotta know, I spun right back around to that comment section. And clown they ass because the body cam from the scene, they got that out in the media, right? And it shows that the officers there, this is the body cam from the officers that were there, they gave CPR to Botham Jean immediately. Why did they do it? Because it's how they're trained to do. It's what they're supposed to do. It's standard in this particular situation. That's all I was presenting. So I'm like, look, motherfucker, this is a situation. Somebody got shot. Still has breath in his body. He wasn't all the way dead yet. Had they been able to get to him with some CPR, or had she started CPR maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes beforehand, the dude probably could have lived. She didn't want him to live. Was all assault. Come on, man. The fuck, man. So I'm going in on their ass. You know, I spun right back around to the comments like, yeah, motherfucker, I got all their names. I added everybody. It didn't miss not a soul. Like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. Bitch, motherfucker, yeah. They took turns. As a matter of fact, one of the brothers who gave him CPR, he went on the stand and explained, yeah, man, we gave him CPR and we took turns giving him CPR. Multiple officers gave him CPR. Because it's standard. They ask him, so why did you do that? I mean, or did you do that because it's your training? Like, yeah, it's standard. It's standard for us to do it. What the fuck, man? Come on, man. Come on. Her case is a balloon with a fucking hole in it. Is you trying to blow up? Like, motherfucker, that shit is not gonna blow up, bitch. Your shit ain't finna blow, bitch. You can't blow, bitch. Stop. Bitch can't blow. Is what I'm saying. So that really blew up in her face. That whole aspect of her faking like she was remorseful. Right then. Like, bitch, you was remorseful. Why you ain't getting nigga CPR, bitch? So all your tears, all your white girl magic, it don't mean shit, bitch. You ain't give him CPR, bitch. Where was your white girl magic then? It looked like her face was dry as hell as the motherfucking paramedics and everybody was there on the body cam. It like she wasn't crying. She was looking like, oh, yeah, shit, I gotta find some way to get up out of this shit. It seemed like the look in her eyeballs to me. This motherfucker bitch trying to find a way to get away up out of this shit. She ain't really on some old shit like, I ain't seen none of that. Bitch wasn't crying. Why the bitch ain't crying? In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Why she ain't crying though? What you talking about, Willie? Why she ain't crying though? What a white girl magic? Bitch. Pops tripped me, say, me ask my bike back. That's my reference for Friday, man. If y'all seen Friday, I'm sure y'all seen Friday. If you're on my channels, what the fuck it is, man. But yeah, come on, bitch. Come on, ain't nobody stupid. This bitch was on some bullshit that night. And you could feel it in the courtroom. If you was watching, everybody was like, hey, this bitch was on some bullshit that night. I'm like, yeah, that's the point that I think got affirmed on the stand by the responders on the scene. I think they affirmed that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bitch. So for all her tears that she putting up, that jury is getting to see the real tale of her covering up a killing, y'all. That's what I'm getting at. They're seeing that now. And everybody knew her story was bullshit. How you park on a whole different floor. How you missed the goddamn color of the rug in front of your house, a doormat, when you walk up to the apartment door. I don't give a fuck how tired you are. Which is why I also see that her story is probably just going to disintegrate as the shit go on in the courtroom. They brought the mat out. They showed the mat like, yo, how you missed this? This big red ass mat. They brought out the same mat, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like, bitch, how you missed that? Any of y'all in my chat room, have y'all ever in y'all's entire life, since you was a child, ever missed how your doormat look? If you got a doormat in front of your apartment door or a doormat in front of your house door, have you ever missed how that shit look ever? If it was a different color or not there, would you miss it? Or would you see it? Wouldn't you notice that? What the fuck? Goopy ass shit. So our whole case. I just want y'all to be confident going into the second week of this motherfucking case. Not to be tooting our horn, but I mean, justice, goddammit, is so glaring that it needs to prevail in this case. It's just so much shit that has blown up in this bitch face in 1 week, and then for her to even admit that she needed to be in jail is my favorite part of the whole week. I don't deserve to see my family. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. That's exactly what I was thinking. You don't need to see your family no more for the fucker fucking with us out here, bitch. That's what I want to see. I'm glad she brought it up. You know what I'm saying? Bitch forgot her doormat. Bitch forgot CPR. She wanted to front like she was frantic on the call. Oh, my job. Oh, my job. But bitch, how you forget CPR, bitch? You're right across the street from the police. One of the prosecutor asked her, it was like, you know, as this was going on, you shot this dude. Could you? I mean, the police station is literally right across the street, kind of like at an angle. Bitch, you could have called SWAT, right? If you felt somebody was in your apartment, you as a police officer, you could have called SWAT, right? She was like, yeah, okay. You could have called the K9 unit, right? I mean, it's like they're right there. Is what I'm thinking. Like, motherfuckers is right there. They right up the street from your funky ass, bitch. The fucking police. You could have called fucking K9, couldn't you, bitch? She was like, yeah. And Bottom would be alive today, wouldn't he? Yep. She was just like, every time she said yeah, she's just poking another hole in her boat that she's trying to sail. That's my point. So despite all the humanizing they tried to do to her, all that shit, don't nobody care about none of that shit. They tried to pad her case with the humanizing aspect in the beginning. Oh, she used to work at this place and this, that, and the third. Don't nobody care, man. You can't humanize a bitch like that and ignore something of this gravity. You understand? It's not what's happening. So this whole thing, y'all, just want y'all to get some insight into how white women will tell lies with a straight face. And I was just really meditating on just the reality of that. Like, damn, these motherfuckers are some evil, scheming motherfuckers. I'm sitting up watching this bitch, like really studying this bitch. Like, I'm looking at her mannerisms after she say some old buddy-duddy ass shit. After she say some old made up, faked up shit. I look at her mannerisms like, okay, you really trying to sell it, bitch. Like, motherfucker, bitch really into it. You know what I mean? And the juror is not having it. You just hear the shuffling. I listen for all types of shit. I got a real keen sense of environment. What the fuck is around me, right? And I'm like, man, I can just hear the shuffling. You know what I'm saying? Every little mood in the room, I'm like, yeah. That's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I want. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Matter of fact, let me do this, because I ain't do it the whole time like I want to, or like I scheduled, rather. Here you go. There you go. Unsucking one say, using her white girl privilege, nigga didn't want to fuck, so she ended the Islander. Unsunken one. Now, sir, this is something that I've brought up before. I'm saying I might be the only nigga that think like that, man. But y'all remember my first video on it? I brought it up. He ain't want to fuck with that bitch. He ain't want to fuck with that hoe. And she got mad. We don't know all the angles and all the lanes that are presented, but one can only speculate. We're not perfect in our forecasting. We're not wholly wrong in our forecasting. It's just something to throw in the mix of what is to be considered in a case like this. Because we know white bitches' history. They get violent when they don't get what they want out of black men. So I saw that off the jump. Like, white bitch getting violent, throwing a tantrum after not getting what she wants out of a black man because slavery taught her. And what's been passed down transgenerationally is that a white woman can have her way with black men unbridled, unrestricted, and there's nothing that a black man should say or do to thwart that. And if a black man does, then that is an affront to whiteness, an affront to her white femininity, and she's willing to go to the depths of killing in order to feel like she just didn't get rebuffed, and that was just the end of it. She didn't get rebuffed by a nigger. a nigger. I'm trying to say it properly. A nigger. You know what I'm saying? That's what her mind state is. You know, I ain't gonna say her, but come on, we know history. We know genetic memory. We know that the stuff that we see people doing every day around this bitch is a equivalence of genetic memory. Shit we've seen them do over and over again. It ain't no different. It ain't no mystery. Yeah, y'all. But anyway, just wanted to get it y'all real quick. Oh yeah, since I got the screen up, you know what I mean? Don't forget to check out my Teespring. And don't forget to check out my Make America Pay Again collection. Let me get to it. Where we at? Where we at? Ah, here we go. Definitely fuck with the Make America Pay Again collection. We're gonna add some more things to this. I got some things going to the store pretty soon that y'all gonna like. If you're a black man and you like ADOS women, boy, this is gonna be the collection for you. If you're a black woman and you only really fuck with foundational black American men, you don't really fuck with nobody else, got something for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna be dropping a few other ones, a few other posts for the weekend let out. Since this weekend was a busy week for me, I had to get my hair braided, and that threw a whole week off, really. But I'm gonna get it, y'all.